folks, I'm Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Evolution Toy Classic Gridman. Alright, my Zillions, hope you're staying safe. Today, I got a Gridman and an actual toy that came out in 2020. How about that? It's been a little bit. It's been since January, but I actually got this in January. Got it from HLJ. And it was one of those toys that just kind of sat unopened for a while for me. Yep. Is what it is, but he is open now, and he is here on the review desk. I am a fan of the Gridman, the Japanese version. I never really watched Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, even though I did have a toy in the 90s of it because I thought it was cool. But yeah, my honest watching of Gridman didn't happen until I went freelance in 2015. It was like one of the first shows I binge watched on YouTube, and it's quite fun in my opinion, the Japanese version, and I just really dig it. And I've been a fan, pretty big fan ever since. I think I've gotten almost every single Gridman thing that's come out of, you know, the old style Gridman. Actually, that's probably not true, but I've gotten enough stuff. So, is this a good toy? Oh man, Evolution Toy. I don't have good success with them, so let's get to it and find out. So I didn't mention it at the top, but it's probably in the title. This is part of Evolution's Toys Hero Action Figure line, which I got a few of early on, Redman and Fireman, and I believe, and Zone Fighter, but none of them were really that good, honestly, so I kind of stopped getting the line, even though, man, they were doing a lot of, like, tokusatsu heroes that just don't get enough love. But I knew I had to, you know, come back for Gridman, give him a check, because, again, I am a fan. So, proportions are not good. Let's start there. This whole torso section is very long and very odd. All of these hero action figures are weirdly proportioned like this. It's like they used that like a one base mold, and it's possible that they have, and just kind of went in and, you know, sculpted new bits for each one. But it is not good. Look how long his butt is. It is weird. So it's definitely oddly proportioned for sure. But giving Gridman a closer look, the details aren't bad at all. I really like the head sculpt. I think it's very nicely done. I wish the eyes were, you can see that they're yellow, but a lot of the times they just appear very dark. It feels like they should have had like a hole somewhere in his head, so you could have like a transformer, like, you know, shine through. I forget what that's called, where you can see the eyes. But yeah, you know, it could be better, but you can see his eyes are kind of bug-eyed, and they look pretty good. The rest of the the rest of the details on the head are very nice as well. The gold here is good, the little dot here is good, the silver is generally very nice. I do dig it. The face, the mouth looks good. The rest of the helmet looks pretty good. He does have the seam line going across the top of his head, though. That's not so good. Especially, man, these aren't cheap, these hero action figures. Like, I think there's like 75 bucks or so. That's just, yeah. You get the nice translucent plastic here in his color timer. This is a Subaraya production after all. And then the blue looks good. All this armor bit looks good. The shoulder pads look pretty good as well. This back is very nicely sculpted. I like the silver. It's a nice silver. And then the gauntlets are generally okay. There's a big seam line through it, but it's all right. This one looks a lot better. I give it that. But I do have a problem where this piece comes out a lot, and it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to turn either. It just comes out a lot, and that is a problem that I've had with multiple Evolution toy figures, and it's unfortunate. I like how this kind of matte black looks. You know, it is sculpted in, and it looks very nice. I do have to say, this is long butt again. And then the leg pieces look pretty good, you know. His, I don't know what to call them, boots, I guess. They do have giant seam lines going down the sides, which isn't so good. But the yellow is fine, painted good. So the paint is pretty good on this figure. Overall, it looks okay, but proportions are really bad. But it doesn't look bad. Like, the details, the fine details aren't bad at all. Articulation on this Gridman. Head is on a ball joint, as well as the neck. So you get a good range of motion out of the neck. You have a good range of motion here in the upper body. Very good, actually. And the waist, it's a little weird. All of these guys have these kind of weirdly angled waists, but it works. You just can't turn them all the way, which is a bummer. I did want to mention one thing. I got some like excess silver paint. Maybe it's paint rub. It's probably paint rub from here. Luckily, none of that has come off, but yeah, I wanted to mention that. These shoulder pads do move on a hinge, and then you have a hinge swivel otherwise. You do have, I see a little butterfly joint in there, but you're not getting anything out of it really. Then there appears to be here, oh, this is what I was talking about, guys. See? So this needs some glue there. Now, don't make this mistake. There appears to be a bicep swivel here. It's not, and that's something I've learned with the other figures. So don't bother with that. It's just where, like this, the arm is put in. Not great. Double jointed elbow is okay, and the joints aren't that great looking. I didn't mention that before, but the knee joints also, because you don't really see them, and the elbow joints, not so hot. Hinge, good hinge, but they do split apart a little bit, kind of like Revoltech joints, and a swivel at the wrists. Legs split about that much, kicks that much, goes back, and you can really see how weird this whole section is when you start moving it around. There is a bit of a drop-down joint there. That's pretty good. Swivel at the upper leg here. Very slight, but it does swivel. Now, I got very tight knee joint on that side. Equally as tight as that way. You're not getting much range of motion in it, which is meh. You got a hinge here at the ankle, and very, very little. You can swivel it, but you can't really rock it, so that's not great. Hinge at the toe. So, there's some good points in the articulation, but once you get low onto the lower half, I think it's not so great, and that is a bummer. For accessories, Gridman comes with a bunch of extra hands. You get a couple of holding hands, you get some karate chopping hands, you get some open hands. They're pretty good. You get two different kinds of holding hands. You got one with a bigger opening than the other one, but the bigger opening, you just kind of open like so. So pretty cool. You get one shield, looks pretty good. Paint is nice. The sculpt is nice. Paint is a little messy down here at the bottom, but overall, I think it's not bad at all. That's what the inside looks like. Yeah, not bad. Then you get the first edition sword, the regular sword, however you want to call it, which looks okay. You got, you know, a little yellow dot there, silver blade, like a warm gray hilt here. Not so bad. In this one, you'd want to use the smaller opening hand. So it's a little loose in there, but it's not going to fall out because of the way the bottom of the hilt is. So that's not so bad at all. And then you have the first part of the combined mode, like like he has it just holding it like that, where the blade is in there, but it's just at the very bottom, and the shield has formed around. Not bad, not bad. Paint is decent on this as well. Looking pretty good. This is one that I probably won't use at all, but it's kind of cool to have. I think it's well done. And then finally, the whole thing done in one. And that looks very, very nice. This is, you know, this is classic Gridman for me. This sword here, this combo sword shield thing, very, very nicely done. I do like it. The hilt is, and I didn't mention this before, but it is a, like, kind of pearlescent, and that's pretty nice. Very nicely done. And then again, the paint is pretty good all around. Nothing really to complain about here. And then you want to grab one of these bigger hands and open it up a little bit. And you can hold it fine. And then you pop that in there. I'm not going to do it here on camera because I'm sure that one will probably split apart a little bit and I have to fix that. But it's not like messed up. It's messed up, but it's not like crazy. Like you pull it out. That time it works. So hey, here we go. The first time I did it, the joint actually split apart. And you could see it's a little split there. But that's how that looks. And I think it's pretty good. The only complaint here is you don't get any like effect part or anything, but the weapons are all pretty good. For your size comparisons, here's Gridman with a bunch of figures you might have in your collection. And my final thoughts, well, it's not my favorite Gridman figure ever. I would still say the Ultra Act is the best in terms of the classic Gridman. I'm gonna say it's not 100% terrible. The arm at the forearm does fall off, and the proportions are very strange. But the paint is really good, and the overall look isn't bad. The accessories are very nice, so it's not bad, you know? It is a little pricey for what I'm saying here, and there is a even more pricey set if you want to do Thunder Gridman. I think that goes for at least 150 bucks. But I opted not to do that. And now I'm thinking about it, you might be better off getting that, because this guy as a base for Thunder Gridman actually might work better than, say, the Ultra Axe. So there's that to think about, all right? But I'm not gonna reviewing that one, so I can't really confirm that. If you have it, let us know down below your thoughts on it, all right? But that's my thoughts on this piece. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out, peeps.